podcast. 22-minute podcast. Don't want to take up much of your time. Just gonna read some headlines and stuff.
I started a joke which started the whole world crying.
I think that's as long as we can play it. I think YouTube will eventually flag me or something like that.
Oh, sure.
But
Forgot that that's a thing.
yeah, who knows? And honestly, like, I need to be flagged. Let's let's learn the process. But no, yes. Also, just flag me in general. I remember definitely like girls that we grew up, like friends that we grew up with. A couple of them like recommending that, not just me, but a good handful of us. Like, we need editors. You know. Well, that's the way it felt.
Yeah,
you know?
no, for sure.
And it's like, I guess that's, I don't know. That sounds like you're trying to be somebody's mom.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But maybe that's also the dynamic they like in a relationship.
Oh,
I don't
sure.
know.
Yeah.
I didn't date any of them. They were just they were the theater girls.
The theater girls.
And they were fun. They were awesome. I loved them. But that's something we didn't touch on, at least on the podcast. Whenever we kind of brought up Wicked, because it was the Wicked Witch of the West's birthday or
Musical
right
theater. Yeah.
Right. So we were in high school from 2004 to 2008. So we got a schnoot full of the Wicked love, Wicked T-shirts everywhere. We also had standardized dress, so it was really more of like, I remember one girl. It's like, I'm pretty sure that was the shirt she was wearing underneath like her polo and her hoodie, every day. What a fun time though, because definitely it was such a trick that like the band kids especially could just wear the band hoodie and there did not need to be a polo underneath it. Fuck that. I mean, I benefited from it.
No, for sure.
But also fuck that. I did wear that polo a lot. Or that hoodie.
Yeah, you did.
I would love that hoodie now. Like, not that I care about band.
No, right.
But it was a pretty, like, it had a cool look, I mean, I guess it became more of a look around our school, but
Sure.
That's how it works.
I mean, it was a good quality.
Oh no, it definitely was.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. No, it definitely was. Anyway, but yeah, like Wicked, cool. I'll eventually watch it when it probably premieres on Max or something.
Oh yeah.
But we were just too inundated and too over annoyed by. But honestly, man, like I had like a decade between experiencing like the musical theater girl. From like high school, and then the next time I really dealt with one was like a decade later. Worse.
Yeah, I believe it.
Honestly, I'm not trying to sound like a dick or whatever, because I love musicals.
Sure, no, 100%.
There's this certain kind of musical, though, I will say. I mean, there's even like a consistent. It's almost like it feels like the music was written by like the vocals and everything. Like, it's all about belting and I don't know. It's just not as like
overacting.
Well, that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not that hasn't always been in plays and musicals, but I enjoy Sondheim.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so pretentious, and I understand that. But yeah, like there's so much more happening. Or Les Mis. That
Sure.
And listen, Les Mis can be really annoying to a lot of people, especially because like that was whenever musicals and operas were kind of entwined, where like they sang fucking everything.
Yeah.
So that can be hard.
Sure.
I understand. But Sondheim, especially, is like, it's such a beautiful story that's happening, and they're using the music to really accentuate that. And it's not that the campy Oklahomas and all that kind of thing aren't doing that, or modern musicals aren't properly entwining the music and the story. I just severely enjoy Into the Woods, and that like Sunday in the Park with George. But Into the Woods is such a great example because it is fantastical and it doesn't feel overacted.
No, 100%.
So I don't know. But anyway, I'm just very annoyed by like Dear Evan Hansen is one that I've had to, like, what's a great example is like, just watch My Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. That was a television show for a while. It was on like CW.
Okay.
And it really was just like,
Was it a reality show?
No, it was really like a theater girl given a show. and so everything was a musical sequence pretty much.
Oh, gotcha.
And I'm sure it's not bad or whatever. It's just that tone. It's like, dude,
Sure,
I
sure.
hate that so much. And Wicked just very much kind of gives me PTSD like that. Of these theater girls trying to be my mom,
Right.
or whatever. But I'm sure Wicked's great. I'll eventually watch it, whatever.
No, it is good. It's good.
Yeah. Well, I've joked about it before. Listen, I think Cruella is a good movie. I enjoy.
I haven't seen it.
Cruella. It's fine. It's great.
I like what's her face.
Yeah, absolutely.
Emma
And
Stone?
maybe if it was anybody else, I wouldn't care. Who knows?
No, I think you're right though.
But I liked it.
Sure.
And what Emma Thompson's also great in it as well.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I love her.
Yeah, absolutely. She's fantastic. I mean, everything. Stranger Than Fiction, man. Ooh, yeah, like everything she's in. She's so much fun,
Oh, Professor Trelawney.
and that's just perfect. She's perfect.
Wasn't she married to Kenneth Branagh too? Like, wasn't that a thing? I think
don't- that's very possible. They were in.
Much Ado About Nothing. and
Right,
I think
right.
they were married around that. I feel like that was a thing.
That's probably, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was in at least that one. I don't. She may have done more of those Shakespeare stuff with him. Probably.
Yeah.
Then she was in Pride and Prejudice, the
Oh, yeah,
90s
yeah,
one and stuff. I don't know where he was. Doing Hamlet. No, who knows? No, she's great. I don't know. I really do like, and obviously, like we seem to all prefer British actors, like everybody.
Yeah.
But they just take it a lot. While they take it a lot more seriously, they also, other than like Daniel Day-Lewis, they're not. They don't take it home with them as
Yeah.
much. You don't hear. So Hugh Grant's like the most salacious British actor in history, and really his is so goddamn tame. Like, you think anyone's gonna hear about an American celebrity picking up a prostitute? No, they protect that shit.
Right.
It's Hollywood, and so yeah, Hugh Grant's not doing anything. Like that look he has in the mugshot is like, if I just did this in L.A., no one would care. Yeah. The British don't. Again, other than like Daniel Day-Lewis, they don't seem to take their bullshit home with them so
Right.
much. So I enjoy that, and I'll just also enjoy that it seems like they then respect it in their culture a little bit more, to where like even their series are much better than
Yeah. No, 100%.
ours most of the time.
100%.
I definitely have thought, and it's the most wishful thinking in the world. Like, do they need like dumb American characters? Do they need some?
I hope so.
Listen, they all can do American accents. That's
100%.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Even I heard an interview. We're not going to talk about Harry Potter.
But we already did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Oh,
She played-
Trelawney. Trelawney. But Daniel Radcliffe in an interview kind of said, like, listen, we all grow up watching American
Yeah. Sure.
film and TV and
Like
movies.
pop culture started
Right.
here.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. They picked up, and now it's funny that we started it, and they're so much more like they're even though their celebrities seem to be more tame, it may be because their paparazzi is so much worse.
Ooh.
Like look into it. I've heard this. I
Gross.
don't. Yeah, like I've heard it through listening to the pop culture podcast that I listen to. I'm not too familiar with it, but they're just like they just care about it. The theory I've heard is that it comes from. It's not about celebrity. Well, about like actors. They've had celebrity in the sense of the royal family. They've been living off rumors of the royal family
Oh,
for
sure.
centuries and centuries and centuries. So it's really just more of they were so practiced at it that whenever it became like, oh, we can just apply this to
Right.
actors in this industry and that kind of thing. So that's why it's so. That's what I've heard anyway
Gotcha.
of why it's so much worse.
Oh, by the way, it's Friday, December 13th.
Did I? Oh yeah, we could
just
completely
rolled
skip
right
it.
over that. I'm Mike
Sorry
Finley.
about that. Right. Yeah, but you know what? If you're listening to this one for the first time, it's gonna sound sloppy, but it's also just what a quinky dink.
Yeah, what a fun time to roll in, though. I started a joke.
Especially because it's Friday. You
Yeah.
know, we're just loose. We're living loose. But yeah, let's bring it back to Friday. Turning 67 today. He should have been at the top of the IMDb list, and I'm gonna put him at the top of our list, number one. Happy birthday, Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi.
Coen brother movies, Fargo,
Reservoir Dogs.
right. But honestly, man, like I'm so glad he got to do Boardwalk Empire.
Oh, for sure.
Like-
for sure.
And that's because it was Terrence Winter and it was Martin Scorsese. He never would have just
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
curious what else has he had where he's like a leading man?
A true leading man. Man, that's
Was
a
that the
great
first-
question.
Was that the first one, you think?
I don't want to. I'm looking it up because I
Yeah.
mean I love the guy so much that I want to know. I never saw Coffee and Cigarettes. Right? I know he's on the cover, but was that more of like a?
No, that was like those are different segments in one whole.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
What do you call
And
that?
even then, am I even thinking of the right? Well, vignettes. I don't know,
Yeah.
or because it wasn't like an anthology, or that wouldn't be considered like an anthology.
I think that's the word I was thinking of, but it wouldn't be considered.
Maybe it
that.
wouldn't. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend like I know. He was also in Ghost World, but no. Let's see. You want to start like before Boardwalk, right?
Yeah, like
because
before.
it was like the first thing.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. So before 2010, he was in Youth in Revolt. That's funny. I forgot about that. He was in G-Force. Both those movies had Zach Galifianakis in it.
That's
Look at that.
Really funny.
I mean, you might be right, man. Come on, IMDb app. Be a little more functional for me. Now I got to go back down to 2010 because the goddamn thing. Are you looking at it too?
Yeah.
I mean, because this really probably feels like a stop down, but what are you going to do? I mean, listen, if you don't care about Steve Buscemi, you're listening to the wrong podcast.
That's true.
Yeah, Adam Sandler stuff as definitely just
Yeah,
like,
Crazy Eyes.
right. He was in Charlotte's Web as the rat. Oh, come on, don't typecast.
Templeton?
Don't typecast him like that. That's right. He was in Monster House, a Dan Harmon feature.
That's right. Armageddon, dude, but that was a stacked cast.
Oh, it was called Romance and Cigarettes, not Coffee and Cigarettes. So different movie.
But he was in Coffee and Cigarettes.
Okay, gotcha. Then maybe I was thinking of that. If you've never seen Art School Confidential, it's not great, but it's a nice little early or like mid 2000s kind of indie movie.
Okay.
I don't remember him in it. I guess he was in Big Fish. Don't remember that.
Mm-mm.
Spy Kids 3, Spy Kids 2. Good for him. Mr. Deeds, Monsters Inc. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that was the first time. I mean, he was already so established, but but no, you're correct. I believe this was the first time that someone said he needs to be the lead of this thing, and he absolutely destroys it. I love him in that show. I'm glad he got to do that, especially now realizing, like you're saying, that was the first.
That's wild.
Oh, you know what? I'm not even thinking of Coffee and Cigarettes or Romance and Cigarettes. I was thinking of shit. I just saw it. Now I lost it. Oh, he was in Hudsucker Proxy? I don't remember. That's right. He was like a bellhopper. No. That's a different movie. Because I think he was also in briefly in Pulp Fiction as a bellhop or something. God damn it, I lost it, but it doesn't matter. Oh, it's called Trees Lounge, which
Trees
that's
Lounge.
not based in Dallas, is it?
Oh, I don't know.
Like
There was trees,
fictionally
That'd
based
be
in
cool,
Dallas.
actually.
Tommy is an unemployed mechanic who spends most of his time in a bar, Trees Lounge, in a small blue-collar town. He seems to always be thinking, okay, no, whatever.
What does he always think?
Oh, you know what? I need to watch it, though, because it's written and directed by Steve Buscemi.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I definitely have to watch that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Real quick, let's see if we can inform you. Right now, it's streaming for free on Fossum and Freevee. Oh, also on Plex and Pluto.
Ooh.
Oh, it looks like it might be streaming on Prime Video
Okay.
and Tubi.
Doobie.
Yeah, so you got one of them.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Check it out. All right. So yeah, happy birthday, Steve Buscemi. If you've never seen Boardwalk, that's a mistake. Don't stop watching after Michael Pitt dies. All right, it's great.
Yeah.
The whole goddamn
Yeah.
thing's great. I get that Michael Pitt's like young and sexy and he's like an appeal of the show. Don't let that into your brain. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's just a character.
Stay in it for half face,
Dude. Actually, you know what? That probably was what the writers thought. They were like, we kind of got to give a little more emotional weight to only because people liked the character, but also he is young and has a potential future that is even equally dramatic to what you learn about Michael Pitt's character. Ugh. All right, here let's do some B-days, or let's do some more B-days. Turning 29, Emma Corrin, Princess Diana in The Crown, and then because she was successful in doing that, they let her in a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
And they probably paid her pretty well.
I'm sure.
I actually rewatched that kind of in the background last night. This is the first time I rewatched Deadpool, Wolverine, and I. Whoa!
Ooh.
Excuse me, I might need to sip some water here in a second. But Deadpool, Wolverine, I thought the same thing the second viewing as I did the first viewing. Hype.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Wasn't that good?
Yeah. Well, they just take a lot of different characters and fit it into this movie, and
Right.
not a lot really happens.
There you go. I was gonna say, right, they do a lot of effort to fan service while stretching what should have probably been about 35 minutes of plot into an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Or 2 hours. I don't remember. No, it was shorter, wasn't it?
No, I think you're just shy of 2 hours, but it just definitely played the nostalgia key throughout. Oop,
Yeah.
off the microphone.
That's all right. No, and honestly, like I don't want to hear conversations about movies are too long.
Yeah.
I know that I think that's a pretty popular stance right now.
Sure.
Of all ages,
Yeah.
you know, not just boomers,
Right.
Because that's what I would call you if you said it, you fucking boomer. But also fucking teenagers, you
Yeah.
know. I think what we thought was happening to teenagers like 6 years ago with like short form video and shit like that is actually really kind of happening now.
Yeah.
And that's probably why it seems to be a pretty universal opinion of movies are too long. No, if I like it, why would it be too long?
Right. 100%.
I just don't understand. A period piece, I don't give a shit.
Right. That's always my complaint with a lot of things. It's like, this isn't long enough. There's so much more that you could have done. Why didn't we do this? Or why was this edited out?
Well, and you know what? Most of the time, for me anyway, it's like this started 20 minutes too far into the story. Like, I don't care about this person. And it's because you didn't take the time to show me who they were. And not just what's at stake on a global, international, great. Oh, the stakes are world domination. I don't know this character.
Right.
Like, it's whatever. So lazy.
Lazy.
But it's the deadly audience member is what it is. It's not just the deadly writer. It's the deadly audience member. The Empty Space, Peter Brooks. Look it up. Maybe you learn something. Learn yourself something. No, I don't.
Do yourself a favor.
Hey, do yourself a favor, okay? I don't know. This is Dr. Phil. I don't know who.
Mr. Mackey there.
Well, Mr. Mackey and Dr. Phil have a lot in common.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But we had a Mr. Mackey before we had a Dr. Phil, so.
I don't think that's true.
Really?
I mean, I'd have to look it up, but I bet it's around the same time.
That'd be fun homework.
Dr. Phil blew up because of Oprah, but I mean, he had to come from somewhere.
Right.
In the sense that he might have already been like a television presence and we just didn't know about it.
That's what I'd want to look up. I know
right.
like he's obviously existed and done things.
Of course, yeah.
But like,
yeah.
Did he have any like
well,
notoriety in that regard where like, oh,
hey, how many people know who Ricky Lake is? Okay, but what if Ricky Lake would have been picked up by Oprah?
Ooh, well,
that's
I
what
saw
I'm
Crybaby. I'm just saying.
Well, I forgot she was in Crybaby. Dr. Phil was not in Crybaby, so fair enough. Dr. Phil was not in a John Waters movie. Maybe that's why Oprah didn't pick her up. Anyway, but I'm just saying, yeah, Oprah did a lot for Dr. Phil.
100%.
Of course, but what she also did was perhaps take him from somebody that would have been forgotten by now.
Yeah.
Who Trey and Matt Parker could have known about because they were alive and present at that time. Anyway, whatever.
Right.
It don't matter. Not that they were basing him off of him, but yeah. What we're really talking about is the collective unconscious. So, okay, let's get. We literally have like 3 minutes, so let's
turning
do some
99.
stuff. Yeah.
Dick Van Dyke still around.
I'm glad a lot of people are enjoying that Coldplay video. I just hate Coldplay so much that I have to be that guy. Where I'll just turn it down.
Sure. I just love Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, no, yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, what's great? Okay, he's generational. Like he spans that. So you have the boomers who get a lot of warm and fuzzies, and then you also get the generational nostalgia that none of us can help, except it gen whatever.
Right.
You're gonna also be boomers who are gonna be like that's the interesting thing is like our parents may have idolized their childhood. So they are thinking of something in the 70s, and then we're idolizing our parents' idealization of like when they were kids. We're idolizing that while they're idolizing when they're, because of the influence of the generation before. So that's why maybe there was an 80s thing going on in the 2010s whenever we were like in our 20s. And anywho, so Dick Van Dyke, I'm just saying, is able to transcend.
Yeah.
And
well, like my start with Dick Van Dyke was Diagnosis Murder on PAX TV.
It's so funny because someone else around our age said that on another podcast I was listening to.
Oh, really?
And then the older person was like, the person who's like a Gen X, whatever, was like, that's the worst thing he's ever done.
You know what? I rather really enjoyed it. He played the fucking clarinet.
I think that's how the other guy felt. It's like,
yeah.
Who cares?
No, right.
Yeah.
But then, like, going back and, like, seeing everything that he, like, where he started, 60 years prior to that. I'm blanking. He was the guy in Mary Poppins, right? Yeah, yeah.
Horrible accent. Yeah. Do it every time.
Chimney, dude.
Do that horrible accent every time. I want more Americans doing absolutely terrible British accents. And I want the British people to get to be upset. Turning 35 today, Taylor Swift.
Yeah, T Swift.
She controls the economy. No, she can influence it.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I'm sure if she had some sort of cryptocurrency.
Right. Yeah. Interesting. That might actually be the thing that would have to happen to legitimize it. I don't know what would happen after that, but that might be what makes enough people take it seriously.
Yeah. Again,
I don't know what the fallout of that would be, but turning 57 today, a Terrell, Texas native, Jamie Foxx.
That's right.
I just wanted to shout him out. I mean, watch anything he's ever been in, right?
Booty Call.
Fantastic. Watch that. What's the movie? Held Up. Watch that.